Memo ache na memo akwa banfa omra Nnawotwe Yi so a week after the 2024 elections you say the opposition National Democratic Congress are whitewashing the governing NPP in the presidential and parliamentary elections because those are presidential now. As we speak, John Mahama is winning by 57.06%. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in 41.71%. Now, parliamentary seats, as we speak, the NDC has 185 seats as against the MPP, 81 seats. We a broad power, which is more. Now, and easy. I mean, if you look at it, going into this election, no, we now equal numbers, but after the election, a lot has happened. And Tieba Betina for Mniasha say, then Uncle Yi for the MPP, then a Koye for the NDC. Nayasha transition and materializing in himself. Both parties, the government, Nana for the government, and the incoming president, John Dramani Mahama, Umate, they have a joint transition team. The John Mahama team, Akacha government, say, more appointment be at this time. Emba the joint transition team then no more deliberative case by case basis. More payments cross some of the back. And again, we've seen lot of looting any idea so and they be discussing in our on Nnawotwe Yi. Until now, we are going deeper into finding out election 2024. Then they call ye them on my Ghana. Then Uncle Yi Oshe and Tawantawa SCC in Kakra na. Then ye be a see no coin. And on Adom TV and Asempa 94.7 FM. Yantina the Enshusha Seminum, your friend Samuel Kojo Brace. May charm on a bar. Empenny for Bebre, a kukudam. And they are show Modia Yakon Mabumwa, Yenny on Babedi Ejumadiwe. Dr. Victor Doke, a lecturer, Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, Obejoin here. Abbas Nuruddin, a Central Regional Communications Officer for the NDC. Alexander Jare, MPP MP for Kadi, Obejoin here. Dr. Paul Hezwa, a political analyst and senior lecturer at Unimac IJ Obejoin here. Fatima Abubakar, a government spokesperson on the transition team. Anybody come on? Or Felix Kwachio Fosu, the incoming government spokesperson on the transition team. Any honor so be come on. I will show you. So, do you only enter? They enjoy and tell you ba yabedo mosuko. All right, Timemo Akwa Babio na memfa omra Nnawotwe Yi so nim say a week ago na yeni abre wo Ghana ha ye to aba ayi ye mampani ne ye mrahye bedwemfo na ekoto awie no o hwe numbers na ye gusu akasa ide I think about 7 constituencies na bibia agba no but baby edru de ora John Dramani Mahama equita 6,324,878 representing 57.06%. Dr. Bawumia equita 4,623,207 votes, representing 41.71%. The difference between the two over 1.7 million votes. Wow. This would be probably the highest any president-elect Ediama the opponent. Also MPPC and MPPC as we speak around 81. I think that they've done some recollation of some Ebiabeka when they see 81, 85 seat. I mean, and a lot more is happening. Oshes trade on my body kind people there, that means around 84 seats now. Okay, but there's also the transitional air course because once I buy for air bano, when him says 7th January, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo would have to hand over to a new government, the John Dramani Mahama led NDC government, and Tiomate a near friend joint transition team. Muguswa share the process, Yes, I can underline Fati Abubakar, and the Minister of Information as we speak, and the government side of the transition team almost spokesperson. Yes, I can on the line. Mami, Marching, you have a call there.
Bapenyi nyame adom me ho ye pa na wo so e.
Nyankopon e de ache ye ne. Na ye ka transition ye tete nsem bebre na from the transition team. Then e koso as a team.
Yo bride di kan ma menchia anapai na menchia Adom TV ahefo ne Ghana de sie nyina. Me gidi se se ne wunim no Ghana de ewi ase afana da bia ye bo Ghana di pe obi ase Ghana de ya sundwe man. Na sabi asundwe no emba because we are lucky. Eba because ye timamufo adehye yetu anamo aye behwe ahu se mentime ho ase bi kra ba kasa na ebe kasa nyentokwa yekoto aba na obedi nkunim no o di ahuruse ni obedi nkugo no beje ayede atum se be ya abotoye mu beba no bia akona bonte so akoye na djuma ti se da ne da ye na enti na me adaroma President Nana Danko Kufuado ye beto aba we no o se Ghana fobo o se ne bo se ne say aba ye kwa akoto no asundwe be wom na bribia be ye friendship whatever the outcome is no obia can be rest assured see a benya peaceful free and fair election nyame adom yakoto saba na wie former President Mahama is now the president elect wodi nkunim on the NDC in parliament. The new patriotic party, led by a flag bearer and vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Yedin Kuku, and Yamenso Swadom, or Nozo Swadja to Mamba Bonte, Abe Kasa, Wote, na and you yam na dear Nidiamo Yankopon, na Wayana James at all costs, as I say, is it to a Tribemabo, and Anyasa?
Oh, Yane.
Aha, see. Wajia tum ashe yenya na chita for new be crying. As we move on, Sebi, we lost the battle, not the war. Because in the fear nine for Frono, Akwenya or Honoma, Ghana for Ebesa Akotuaba, na yetu ya niyamani CSC, ye near ye year is an opportunity, say Ebesa Besum. And Tiano de Enkiatia free ho. Name unin say ye womra, yashe. I a friend of President Act, President into bracket Transition Act of 2012. Now Transition Act no, a free 2012. Another day is share for Friday. Abba, and she say fa say a to abba wia. Now say say a done to me the ma abba for fra. And the morning she say I say ye day ye too. Say be ya obiara a bibiara koso wano na. We mudi to me better neama we na we mun so be so to me mu abra wentwe ne mentime ho ase bia anya den enkoso entimra kwan mu no transition act na say president transition act no ema akwanya ema abandada efri akonya so no fa nipa nkono na aban foforo so afa nipa nkono na se say nipa dungotwe enti nipa dungotwe no Omuna and Komobia war and Shishaya about inauguration, about presidency, about government machinery, about the various sectors, handing over no idea because all statutory obligations, or international bilateral obligations, then Kikaho. On Bessa are buying Bibaba. Now, we need the cost to be a night to send ye sabi face every assume. Opesa o church and near mamma who be BRA coso. Say by your no so edgy to me now, or to a Jumano so precope. And ya say no be here, but may be over the acquisition baby and BBA on patch or what I say.
Exactly, yeah.
And see, Sana Mono, sa committee a year transition team no. A year nano ukwada. Ena o mampenyin na do danko Kufuado. Oshia omampenyi dada ne omampenyi a omasato abayi no John Dramani Mahama ewo Jubilee House eno mudi tuja say team a ya hyehyeni nyame adoma afiri ukwada no team no besi nkonya ewo committee room or Accra International Conference Center say hu be hia so mo besi ti sub committee mi ape other technical and say experts aka committee no ho amomadi omudwuma kwan a bese Ghana enu nyama yetu sana mono na ebra ukwada committee no kopie mu o Accra International Conference Center no omusi dinaye ese Omo mpese committee na adwuma no enne we nam he ka bibi ochina we nam he ka bibi ochina no we nam he ka bibi na di yo abakuro omo pese bibia anya asumdwem no wano enti sesa de a eye the outgoing government no yenyi nipa baako na onye spokesperson na incoming government no so nyi nipa baako as spokesperson. Enti outgoing government President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo no omampani dada Yime Fatimatu Abubakar se ne kasamafu ena incoming government omampani dada no omampani Osemba John Dramani Mahama no omuyi minua be ma Felix Kwachi Ofosu as spokesperson.
Yeah.
Na ya sedie no ene se yemieni e beka yeti abom na ebribia ombeye adwuma na wie bia no yemieni ya trokrata baako the committee no adwuma ehu dawuro abrega na adehye ana say be compare notes na kasa ye be kan abonte bia no ye nyina ya dwe be den e be
but there have been some issues about for example yet about last minute recruitment and payments yet say the other side they say anything of such nature no also about the transition team or what has been the decision on that particular matter?
Me pacho no krebiani. No krebiani. Ena meka sankie ye adwuma no bo mu ma no ye nyina ya nwe ko ben kromu a me gidi senka all these issues no nkem ma bonte. Omu nim senya no kre. Me nso me nim senya no kre.
And ne o ye na no kre no.
Ne ya no kre ne say edi nkan. Kunsa committee na ya afa na ehia. Enti afa we betumi aye proposal. Omo ye proposal afa we si make say ye gitum ana ye ngintum. Mba so what na make na. Enti so wo kwa bonte na opese wo de ho nsem kotudwa. Asem na sese wo ka kire Ghana de se ne say oh afa we kan say nanso afa ba ko no nso so anye den. Anje antum. Enti ne antumi amfa anye adwuma. Anasa afa we nso susu omo nso so de ba ye ni. Enti jinaya titina fo a omo da team na no omo se yemfanya adwuma se ne tie enye se asa mawini aba na we nso so no modi amanyo se mbewram se obi pentem gidigidi akogina nsentrofo ani maka bibi a kire omo se be ya ne fa be ye de me se ha ne sa na medwini o ya lucy election ewie ni aka ne se ebenya asundwe na ebe transition in a way e no nyambe magana mai and let me address specific issues. Near the kind, a buying for from a bamuno, omo beka say, omo mpese a buying no, a bay last minute recruitment, or match to say a buying a year last minute recruitment, omo ma specific reference of trainees or more tesano training school, honoma, a BP koto about Moseba, Abenia Lucy, a Bayan and Crofo training school. Na Interior Minister. Honorable Henry Cote, me bra penye sa unim so no so ka committee no.
Yeah.
Ento no so de ntemu ba se da bi nya no kre. 2024 yi asase nyina no. Sa wo kohwe financial clearance a Ministry of Finance edema ye ministry na. Na say netie enye no pe. Ye je clearance no ye bo Ghana Post penyi ye bo na mane amane bonu munso so no omunso trokrata de beto abonten edru ha say anaya na me ya say bi ansentrofo ankasa entimi ndomu su confer record of eniema asisi flit abrani nyina besinde omo de krata beto abonten say omo ye recruitment ha na obetimi apply enkofo akwa apply aposi for sa de krata beto abonten every regional capital Unim sa Accra ha na University of Ghana Stadium na no mo ye se o kan ya. Say wa wo to friend say forms ni bia wa apply ya na wa wo to forms ni bi. Enne ana da say ene ehiem wa ha wo boga. E wa ha say wo Techiman, e wa ha say wo Sunyane, e wa ha say wo Accra. Enti mu nyina mo mbra no mo me sa physical selection no. Na mo wi o mo de ni aka ato aso. Ni nyina koso. Any omo pass that stage in so Oko Ghana police friends hospital the records will show omo nyina akoye omo medicals omo pass ye so ye mo prospectus omo so efa the entire process And as my can say Ghana Mabuno, Ghana this year.
Yeah. But Emrebe na ya omotaya such recruitment. I mean in the past. Is there around this period?
To the best of my memory, no. To the best of my memory, no. Public communication no start say in August. So okay.
Okay.
Unim say a brave or omo de commercial be dwamu nyina. Una make us say these are processes are anya statutory approval, anya public commitment. Ama nkofo ama omo maka sika, ama omo di akoniaba wo ho adi atrenchie wo ho a, ama nkofo akoto prospectus ama omo ba, ama ya ma nkofo appointment letters.
Yeah, eno ya this year there. Me bisa say in the past, na emrebe pa no muta ESR recruitment no. Is it around this period or before?
Within the period of Abino. And I make a choice say can say Ghana Military Training School, the record is there. Say November 2016. Ebra na omampanyin a yeto abayi ni say ewa akonya so no. Days to the election and answer weeks to the election. Or the enkofo soldier for a quantity mu. And no recruit omo for kra.
Okay.
Ebra 7 January 2017 President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo aban. Eje akonya na answer to me no. Na nkofo na di about 2 months e training school ho.
Okay.
Omo yi obi a free ho. Honorable Dominic Nitu has been our defense minister today. Omo na pass omo out. Omo graduate omo because anya hwe kwa no omo ye Ghana adehye. Omo ye Ghana mabulu. And to so we are committed to about the unemployment so or more money opportunity need be kura no see empa mo mo nkotenesi mpacho what you say.
Yeah, but what about near Ecos or GRA, because they mentioned GRA and other sector other offices as well, recruitment Ecos or ewo and so on.
And I make us say so we were dance here say there was no ongoing process, there was no financial clearance, there was no statutory approval. Name of me Lucy election we na de change. He will be sorry I walk off and for Juma. Now the one dance yaba.
Okay.
Because the specific commitment of the transition team are obiaji tumu and say bibi or what wouldn't say illegal. Not specific instance no or any evidence to the illegality. Fabra committee nani na yenhwe on case by case basis.
Okay.
Mpacho wutie ni.
Yeah.
If you say committee na what to me from the Transition Act no, it does not put an embargo on the mandate of President Akufo-Addo which expires on 6 January 2025. Because Ghana for na ama no to me ato abama no, ne term no end. And so be ye bibi illegal wa ban ni ma enfa ho ne bra wo ye so ye no 2017 so ye no 2018 so ye no 2020 so ye no 2024 say ya dani to me no ma wa akwanya say wo be ye hwehwemu de na famra kwan so ne aban ne na kokko ahye ananya sa
sure
na 7 January 2025 no mpacho aka na say ne aduru ho ye de bro nya wie ya aduru ho. All the tools and the resources say if it's not an attempt to say ye betum futuro egu Ghana fo ani na say yes also not for ma abo bi aboni bi na say you lose election nti yen wipe away all the records of President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo and any goodwill ni bibia yen wiping away because NPP for lose election na yen fatro emesi no kra na mu a me gidi say some of us no yen na ho mfa yensan share them reform see ehama na koso.
Okay.
Ye pre-asumdue mapa and I did this that commitment no should go for everybody.
Okay.
Media in fact and Kamenya told him say free Ukuada no menu abema de sembebre to abonten ba me ka hwe na me hwe ani say fiada napa me ni behia na ye di nkomo ne adwena kobe nkromu na nso fiada napa no kra ye hia na ye ma instruction on how to work together no wa fia abonten akoye interviews ada. Ebio so no yampo committee no kra me na mabona mane say me wo draft anka me gene number ye pon a mesend ama no or approve ya ye me enu ye betime de ensan hase as a statement no apia ko gina abonten grantee interviews ada some so me ntime mfa me ensan hye me de me fam e wa abra me so me nkoye interviews ni bi anansa me so mfa ensem ma abonten that will reflect the records and the position of our government. So I issue statement, I also issued a statement, not with the intention of responding to him, with the intention of setting the record straight, as in what the content of the business of the day for the transition team on day 2, which was on Friday, 13 December 2024. And to meeting the records, Ubehu said, may be BRI, and I said, BRI, I think we see a Biana Medituja. Each and every one of them, my message Nayaba Amudituja, because I was now what now demo on Pacho. Recruitment and whatever appointment was the list of the business of the day. And the business of the day, Nankasano, then say a befa committees, near committee members are, or Mumu do on Beba Sum, na or my intent to master technical and experts. I'm almost what am I yet me? I deal with handing over notes, no. Na ya yen chechri, Muhammad Tiamo Bia. Okay. All right. In Pacho, Yadi, Yamiadum, Mijidi said, Jumana Becoso. Going forward, and say, Faba, Komamuji to say, Baya Jumabumwa. You have my utmost commitment, and the commitment of the president and our entire team, say, Baya Jumabum. Okay. The mum, Second here, Koyano, Musia Bribia, Yapon, Yom to be Baba Toabontia. Mijidi said, that is also fine. Okay. Obiaye. The right to free expression. But you say and so see a befa kwenya no so. Na yen so ye di nim efa adwuma no ho abeto abonten. Mate, medase emre nti o se me no si abemom enti payment nso mugu so ye ana se my pato hwe ansa na aban ebe year payment for unim say ye budget in November of 2023 as in the 2024 budget. Yes. Every ministry, agency, and Obia on allocation or budget. But what you say? Say, you know, goods and services, or say any capex, or on a budget or mid-year adjustments are necessary or more crown, or man to add additional commitments and answer money to the budget too. Or more adjustments, say, baby, I here resources and you move it to other places within the budget in 2023 no November no for the 2024 budget year. Me pacho budget no obi oho no ma mandate e dia ma no the processes no afi na adwuma wo ye no SCP as so otuaka. For instance ye entire capacity as a ministry and say na ye de ye pese ye procure 40 state of the art LED vans emma your friend is saying information services department na the district no ebenya dia ye adwuma bra efi asase Ebra would benya commencement warrant. Ebra would procurement documents beko PPA. Aquaco chesia copem say ubenya approval. Ebra would sign a contract. O sign we are saying a vendor non so ebe call the country and answer baby on bear manufacturing. After now the technical team for Ghana beko inspection. Moko ye we are after na mobile tia amo starting manufacturing no. Na omo de ade no omo we are o ship for months. Ebi abosome miensa. And in most instances, NCP no now you are within the last quarter of the year. Okay. And imagine say what sign crata ma vendor dia your commitment and to say now Obia can say whilst your mandate has not expired because you are losing election into more my juma which are budgeted for. The finance ministry has an obligation to pay because they issue commencement warrants. Mose mamun tuaka muma sikanum come back to chest. Na ye that ye ba ye pesika bebre dia ye adwuma. Me did say in every budget year aban bia estimation of the expected revenue. But what you say? Yeah. No one so dia ye budget as expenditure. Okay. And me did for more no they also deploy strategies on make me raise tax revenue, grants, ne financing beboa with the adwuma no. And you can say we ye tweno enya sema say ye tweno time bia. Me did say nyame adoma ye bompa so to for Nyankopon de bedu 7 January 2025 na ye de to me na momo asumdwe mu ne aniunyam mu na omo so ne obetima ya magana no mabe. Okay. Na ye ka say bia ye ntua because na ye niska entina afia won say mo tua no for bisa sa it's ongoing. Governance is a continuous process. And ye oska January be sin contractors do omo ti omo kanea mo man na se ka ni bi o ho na nka ebetia enti o ka say enye say ye tua na abra no bia na ye be just carry na go from the beginning of the year say yentia you see election we are near here. What's the essence, especially in an election year? Would you decide by the to stand a mono? No.
Yo.
Akasiane de obi out the kabias and when a mobile raise mo payments order. What the for the needed process. Munombe sianaka.
Okay. All right.
Enye bibi sa kra.
Mate. Fatima, you better ask the passer when you're at the German pen what I Fatima Abubakar, Minister of Information, on also the government side spokesperson on the transition team. Well, member studio na me mama beja for Akwaba. Dr. Paul Hezwa, lecturer at Unimac IJ Doc. Okay, he's an Nzima, so he's like a brother of mine. I tell Nzima we're the same. How do you say? Okay, my mom here, right? Cordier, good Cordier.
Better.
Exactly, good. Yeah, you're go for me, you know. Abbas Nuruddin Esquire, yeah, NDC's communications officer of the Ashanti region. Esquire, let's say.
Adom.
And the young man, a lawyer, so good. Oh, show me who bomb is so trying to say more lawyer. That's what so bad. And Alexander Ejare, a MPP MP for Kade. Honorable Biama Kode. Allah. Okay. So, Mami, starting for Dr. Paul as well. You share the transition. What Fatima Abubakar? I'm sure you followed news as well by within the week about what has been happening at the committee level. What is saying?
Okay, you me that say. I have for net here for you
now. My can me more 5 minutes on this one. Yeah.
I'm say so far no. I'm sure saying check.
Yeah.
This about the third day or so. Now so far I'm say so good. Bibia giti bia nhyedan see. Na ohwe transition team na obi a fa me nyina de omo team aba. Omo boy dwuma kama. Now the essence of this particular thing is say be ya between now and then 7th January na BPA koso pepepe say be ya incoming government no mbehu so BPA etona kom pepepe na outgoing government so de ehihie atokwan pepepe. That is the essence of this transition team. So so far them feel say okay. Now so tie ensema minister na kan sisia na from her side no to say omo yom adwuma say be ya gidi ebeba transition team no mo o hwe this for side so almost no right somebody raise flags say bibi enkoyi a na aka so say ni na enti feel say ye na ye ba ban mu ye ba ebe ha yen enti mo fanto to akwan mu ye enti no me feel say so far there bibia ekoyi pepepe na I was say ye hwe ni mu say be kosa kwa akopem say 7 January be ba ebe aban fofo no ebe tena kodwam na afi bibia akom pepepe sa. So
the red flag about last minute appointment and payment omwe and no if you say the NDC side of the transition semka is it okay and now if are buying so like she said omo mandate to the midnight of 7th January until they can still continue doing their moyen.
Yeah, so the argument falls in both sides. To which the NDC are buying no. On say what the kabi jamia ebe ha me bebre. And into no I was say me hwe me fi me na me hwe mu ye say bibia to pepepe. If we say especially after election I say new recruitment, new appointment, now we project bia na feel say enkoyi dia awo ho kwan say me raise red flags no. And on the other hand so if you MPP are buying so they still have their mandate. They say especially say project be any payment be shall see prior to 7 December. Me feel say ne kwan mu no. Into no it is both sides of the coin no a argument no in their favor. Into say MPP for say okay started project starting fan say September, October and I say even November before 7 December now. They still have the mandate. Abaning we be kwa kopim the midnight of 6 January. So you know it's in order. The same way so we end this phone so almost say almost niam mu ye se be ya enko fa ka bebre any appointment bi abeba e de ayi asudie ato mo so. Se be ka ya 2016 or so ye hu bi sa even after 7 na and also na appointment bi ni ade e koso. So be ka ya
I know be the video be by Joseph Votal I think was this around that time an appointment by but he's really distinguished himself
exactly
as the, you know, commissioner.
Exactly. Any Tomelevo say sa appointment be na a bar.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
But 2 wrongs do not make a right.
Exactly.
You before say at this point it's unnecessary say any appointment should be given at this point. Yeah.
All right. Yo. Me that say member Abbas Nodin ho Dr. Victor Doke and so I join here on the line. You be call the honey and equity member studio na member Abbas Nodin so I call Abbas. So okay, I think that this is our no for 3 minutes. Remember also 3 minutes on the transition and the matters arising.
Yo menu ameda wase. Ma memfa kwanya we na menchia adehye konkron a etie yen na ese hwe yen. E wa Adom TV so. Na yenchia sebe Ghana mampanyini a onam no nkomo by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say do yo hina ye yinu a otepatom ehwe se emrebeso na yede na see ade so we wish him well yesre nyame enkwa na hoodene ne nyansa ene ne yokoduro honhom se ne be ya ene ma wo kan ya eto Ghana fo akoma so a omo asade na babio against all odds no obetimi aye ni nyina na NDC amanyoko ne nso ho ayeden
na mo munya ne hawo wabre mo man rest mo ya nka mo TV station so oye nyina e man pani and no kasa na was quite disturbed into mo man home wabre pa
say me jitum sa say man pani ne say ya man no eje na home but one say ahomegie bia o hwe ye mra ni mu a ahomegie nhia bia nhia da ni eni ba bia the constitution no eka say yeto abawia yen immediately after 24 hours after election a transition team must be in place. And the transition is governed by the Ghana's Presidential Transition Act 2012 Act 845. I say immediately after elections, no 24 hours I was here to transition team. Yet transition team yenyi chairperson, any co-chairperson. Chairperson they outgoing president and a co-chairperson they incoming term. Into which constitution no ankasa the constitutional provisions and arrangement no ahomegye bia nheda nyede enim and the authorial intent and as adwempo a empanyimfo yes amrai e de ye no se ni kwan se ye ema power vacuum bia ye de ebeda ba bi na nipa boni ni bia ye de a capitalize on. And the essence of the transition also is to ensure smooth transfer of power from the outgoing government to the incoming government. Enti adwuma ne de to aso aye papa o man ne ho so ne wo kan no ye nyina ye ho se campaign no ye kra ye mrante ye kra ne durumre bia na ye ya akwate na ba bia na tifi aduro ya Ashanti region. I think so ba 1st December in Ashanti region it me ye campaign and ajutu nyina na oda so nim na mu anopa says no sorry utumi hu se papa no is driven by a certain passion say obeye on aniama ye no ntini ye to abawie ye bebre wo ha ye to abawie ya ye bibi wie ya ye launch transitional team wie ya was wo kwa ahomegem by papa de oda so gina mu a ototo niama it shows eye ahokekanom ne ade opese ode ye dey ode ye adwuma na menua faati oye menua because oye me krom ni sa na mate no ninsem bi wo ho a wo kan ya mete ho no na eye me na kakra na on say MPP as a political party one of the reasons in tia afi aba ye to ye omudi ntwo kakra kasa no eye se bi mre bebri Ghana fo a omode ya adwene edi agro me kasa omode ya adwene edi agro ade a ye nyina ye nim se ye nokre no omutumi behwe ye nim na omo kan sam foforo ohwe the whole essence of the transition eye say ye move power from one government to the other within that period no ye woniema bebre wo ho a wose ye de tabo ato so na say ye twa nwira ye dey egu so se ne be ya yemfa ntoato na mu nkototo aban no a wo ba no aye dey anamu.
Oh really?
Now,
as a governance
yes no make certain major decisions what financial implications that has the tendency to overburden the incoming government no ye twa nwira gu so 2016 uro safomafo na yewura Akufo-Addo appointed no as the representative on some of safomafo kan on 20th January 2017 we will definitely lay off all people appointed in Mohammed's last days osafomafo meba kire oba bi omoye no osafomafo kan sa asem we ewie ye no oko eye February a year or say NSS sacks last minute NDC recruitment yes she process be as from 2016 January national service and EPA district directors ebe tranketi and as any election year day ebe shy na ye appointed district directors even though ni go through the long run mo buy mo pamu mo nyina
okay
mamen kan ehun bibi enfan mamen kan hu bi na me hu say asemu aye nua ba no kan she is not being frank, she is not being principled and ya me ne wo ka say aban no for adwene bi say o ya ade bi a create difficulty yes o ba Ashanti regional ye was secondary schools bebre a emo a mo de call last days no o mo twini nyina free stores nim and there is a video at Tamale municipal chief executive wakofa tracker eniema a good district assembly ni store no or twini nyina akọ ne ache no there is a video me de be ma mo amama ye dey mo
hold on mami na me ba o be san to aso baby oduru no ye first you kayo say oduru Tamale MC ya no otwen ye friend say rice yes menko Alexander Jayo Lex
but that's me Sabri no medinchi akese ma otiefo nyina ne Dr. Baumia wako okoden ede ama party no Dr. Baumia e nipa soronko a campaign na ye no wanye no hodadaba ono ankasa etisi mu eden krabia ekitaye ekon na ne pieces nso oso ya senso memem se be ya yibetumi akwakodi ekunim ba ni nyina echi no de Ghana fo pe na omoyeye de ompese omaka kire yen so omaka kire yen nti wo hwe ya election we say no me say one of the most peaceful elections akoso ewo man mu yenom bebre no do center hokra se ne hoye din no obia ye na ade no utumu se Ghana fo ye dum pempenso bi we democracy mu a edibie abam enti ase ebam awigidi se ye koyanim no Ghana ebedi yie ewo democracy enti asomdwem na ye nyina ye koye ye de na akokasa acha ne den a kire ne se amamu de sa na etie se tumi ne sesa ye ntoboase nam se ye nko emfa nyi tumi wan hwe a wokɔ de gitumi abewie ne na no abɔso na fe na wo hu de wo de ye den de eye eti ejidi se yenuanom nso ehye ebo ahodo bebrebe ene na eto Ghana fo etirim ehu se yenuanom nso NDC fo bu Ghana fo bebrebe abam eni ntom se ne aba no kra yenye den ye nkonkoto but onua at this point se okoto yo se wankoto o man ye nyina no emu na ye ba be den abetena na enipa bebrebe ohwa na omo hawo no yenya hwe na se no bebre but de me hu yin se enipa dodo no a wankoto aba na enipa kura na se bitafrache bi o ma setena mu kura so nyete se me amete yi but eni decide say ye nto enti se ya nto de e kire se bibi ebebe bia ye pe enti ene no ma omampani yeyi no mampani dada yeyi no John Dramani mama me mo no so trinkwa of democracy no ase ene no o yonku dinkunim a na wabona baso say wadinkunim but ni beka say tomorrow is another day for a good soldier enti ye de ye be ye adwuma but a far transition ho a me gidi say so far no asumdwem because omokasa ye mampani a yeyi ne mampani a otie konya so ekasa so ombeshase ampampa o mashase koso pepepe sa ne se ye enu ntine na se ye nuanom a se bi yate ye ho asi monten so a ye dede ebubu nkrofo store eye niema basabasa ntiase se leaders no at that level no entoko bi eni honom se meni abasiti ya no represent NDC na me we MPP a ye nuafo ene yeti hanom eni ntumi nka se obekwa akoko ntokwa because ye two ye no na na doka ye koto aba oso opese o hand over edema Dr. Baumia ba Ghana fo kire ne nipa o hand over power mfa ma no oni bibi obeka dabi eni ntu washase se o hand over ediama because Ghana fo say ne ya kire tibe de metumi nuanom fo se transition no ekoso asmudwiem enye entokwa ene niema basabasa be wo street ne so no na eye transition eye ntimi fa mbre no tumi ne yeden enhye yensa ne ye nye de ye pe ti metumi nuano mo efo beji se bibia so koso asomdwem ye nuano mo ndc fo ntia se tumi na nkase ye de amom na ye jamu mom ne ye twe ho eye January 7th na de omu bia no be den omu be hu eti se na we na mo ye we na mo ya appointment na mo ye we ni de eya mamu amamu hu nsem so de edoso ena nye first time omo de ba power ni omo ba power pen ya nto omase ena omo so nte ase ochena bi nso yensen san ye de ento omase e ba na sa ne ma ne de a we just say differences kakra ebewum but the here ne say two main ankasa no Ghana for their mom yes yen deny om ye do ma de be de ebe mom na ye ko ye ni mu no na fe no de se ye san ye biem as political parties so me aye na omo boss kese ye no so no na ya trechiri na ya hwe ya start say ye ma kom kakra
mati mesa ba ne ya domo asuko yi na mo ko zoom na memfa Dr. Victor Doke ono lecturer or Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center or join here on the telephone lines. Doc, Machi Bibiabako.
Adom, good morning. Apome.
Nyankopon da che ni. Na yenhwe transition no. Ni ekọ so hu ni saying.
First of all, since I'm speaking from the security point of view before any other, let me deal with that one first. I think when you are in your chest, sorry, let me first greet your panelists, everybody there, good morning, and then continue. The ACC is one, what I see is with regards to the election security task force, Omuna, after the phase, during phase, of elections, the aftermath, they are still in control, they are still in charge. And for my opinion, I think Omuna is gas pedal and also kakra. And in the mass, the looting, criminal elements getting involved, and all of that, it to me a call high kakra. Now, aside that, see, you beside who say, what if, with regards to the coalitions and then the destructions of EC buildings elsewhere and then properties, by the youth, what if it had been widespread in all, many constituencies in the country, then you could have just imagined, said, I think the problem was because the election security task force led by the police, they were a little bit, relaxed in terms of what? Gathering information, gathering intelligence, doing joint patrols. And then, as at this time, because 2016, similar incidents happened. So, with regards to planning for election security, the aftermath is equally important. Like before, during, if the mechanisms not more a year during, you don't use the same mechanisms for the after, you would experience these things. But some of us were a little bit sad, say, they didn't prioritize with regards to, making it red alert. The kind of mechanisms like now, regards to the transition, yes, we know constitution states and everybody, and we hope that everything will be smooth for the next government to take, the realm of affairs. Now, anything which has been alleged, recruitment, especially, I'm hoping said there will be recruitments into the security services. Because now the security services as of now, there's a lot of issues with regards to partisan appointments, partisan recruitment. And trust me, the next government in Susa, they will look into it. The likelihood say they will continue is very low. And then all this comes back to us and headsets as a country. Because we are not building our security apparatus. The institutions will still be controlled by the political elites. And that is very dangerous to the detriment and then to the peace that we are enjoying.
Okay. All right. We'll come back now for you to me at Adom Sukoyi in terms of the transition and also looking at the elections and the aftermath of it. Stay with us. You can somebody on Nnawotwe Yi. and nay Saturday me boa yen konkosho mo mbenye sika akra go bottom through mula afi ye ba na yetumi ato aso ntie nay wine edi mula ye beko ne akwakofa afi ye ba ye beto aso ntie ne entra. All right enti memo akwaba bio afi yen koye ne metete na 11 after 9 a.m. ewa Nnawotwe Yi so if you Adom TV e twa ne ho ewa Sempa 94.7 FM obetumi akọ Facebook na waja wo comment no ho mehwe mafa na makai mobia so atibi nti ko Adom TV on Facebook a obetumi aja comment no ho na yetumi and yafa na yenso ya ka kire yetiefo ne yahwefo. Well entimembra studio na mema Abbas Minchas in few. You
want to say, baby, I'm not made man.
Yes, Kamale MC, I also not fan your man.
Yeah, made man see, and they say,
Mama 5 minutes. Why?
Hey, 5 minutes.
Yeah, Fanica crack, able to tot.
So when you time, the boom na or count some, and then you went to me and can be okay. But
in my more 7 minutes.
I was there, and near my Minya Fati Cananano. 2016, they said the very opposite, sending a catcher on. Say, Mahama. A last minute appointment or mobile pamo monina or buy ampani ampa almost a day a pamo monina. Nene oh say yes, you're to Obama abambia or 4 years. 4 years no and day on the a year 6th of a year January. However, you're to a to me as a son. Your former transition team no one cardinal principle also on the year Juma. Adia your friend good faith. So adia bi a wuye bi na wo say ya adia efiri akoma pam ene adwene pam. Eni kwan say ya adia wo ye se ne America no ede entoatoa na mu ana impediments ato aban no a wo ye dey oba no ana mu. Na ye ka say ye hu say all of a sudden enema na aban we previously also want to mean just 1 month ago no all of a sudden wa sha say ye. It's marks of very bad faith. Uko yi CG se sie ya nansen ya eye sonyo na sogli omadum omo plant because e ka aban de omo no oso wontimi nya dey entua ama ne dum so aba me ne wo kasa yi me ma dadum sem for the last 3 days de bia me dadum so
no but no so no sogli de no you remember say omo ankasa
if you allow me you understand
you are can intina me pese me ye we no on the so no sogli omo ankasa de krata ba say they received government your money.
No, but back. It is a statement of fact. Say, womu dum womu fidie because now buying the womu kana. Ya buying chiano nyesi kani nyina na wechi. And there are several IPPs womu su yenchia womu ka womu su. Now all of a sudden ye 2 year ya. Abai si yisi jisika kakre wo ho no. On fa nkotua womu no nyina mahoden e kama ye ma light ni nyina so. Odi kotua shady company be a friend hotel. Within this transition period no, omu kotua 240 million ama hotel. Hotel and so you baby na ninchi ye dey efri a the shady deals are you say na light bill and boye din nyina no hotel meters or makofa ba amamfo kra allergy including some MPP the parties be to say Solomon Wusu say hotel no cry Dr. Baumia edia all of a sudden ye ntua sika ma IPP but he could 240 million edia ma hotel. It's marks of bad faith. It's marks say ase o pese wo ya ade a aban ni beba na sika bia ni ho na dum so ayede aba ebi wo kọ SIC State Insurance Company ewura bi wo ho ye acting director wo ye frɛ no Hollister Dua yentumi sa maame no niam a wo ye ne wo SIC no hwe yi ye to oba wi esesi no o say executive residence a ye SIC dey wo Kumase no wo ton. Can you believe this?
But I've heard President Akufo-Addo has said.
No, I board you also on executive residence. Madam Hollister Yentumi or ton executive residence wo Kumase within this 1 month period. 2, or say training school I work and also oton. Within this transition period.
And then you're right.
3, also a clubhouse I work and also oton. Why they catch us Madam Hollister Yentumi so be ben na wonka. Nchire no sa eniama no a wo ye no wo pa wonya hweye but
we loyalty I want some legal education some person mo turn you might say state in there what's the process
you see the board of every institution according to corporate law practices is the highest decision making body of every organization
okay
inti once a board no ebe approve and also be say nya say a certain threshold or mo be siki approval from certain quarters no and near maybe say no board no betimi aye. And the board is usually populated by appointees of the outgoing government. Now executive residents wo Kumasi no ton enti SIC for mo Kumasi na hin no montana. Training school are teaching insurance practitioners no ton within this transition period amana kodi ankrankransa and no hin yan kwateta enya no kwa wo ye to abawie ya all of a sudden her appointment awoye wo appointed a head of HR your friend Mr. Ishak Kwadwo Isel. Can you believe it? Within this transition period, 2, head of transport, Mr. Benjamin Sowa Akun, was appointed within this period. 3, head of corporate affairs, Mr. Edwin Bafwo, appointed within this period. 3rd, chief administrator, Mr. Bafwo Techi. Why do you
fresh up? They are not
fresh appointments. Fresh appointments. Fresh appointments. What you say? Ebio. Maybe the American Madam Holly starting to say. Obi bia wo de wo ho be kwa akɔhye saa eniema we aye tonmu wan hwe ya obeboka because this is clearly born out of bad faith. Obi bia be kwa akɔtɔ executive residence SIC wo Kumasi training school wa Accra and the crab house e won kran ya no Madam Holiste last minute opese otonyi okɔtɔ awaye de waboka. Now all these appointments awaye no we will look into it. When him say appointment into such institutions, you know, it should follow a certain procedure. And was all the Nipanekra to probation up to a certain point. Oko national health insurance and for your former last 1 month, there was some other probation statement, 6 months, you know. Criminally, yeah, backdate your probation and your mom appointment. We will never accept this. And yeah, Juma. Scholarship secretariat, you see last minute, yeah, Tom scholarship will table so. All these will not work. And do you again any no one who knows about now do sika ekoma obi se waton SIC dan amount or waton scholarship amount now usika na hye why dey waboka tete waboka ebi almost says in sign contracts bia you see ebeba be ha aban we are under IMF bailout and under the IMF bailout you know yewo eye conditionalities bia ye wo mu aye say we can't go beyond a certain threshold. And nothing a hold do a buy no and no fees or bury it won't break IMF or lose you know he's going against the IMF conditionalities. Okay. Contract any kinds was sign in our day or sign. Okay. Appointment when you guys were in our day or yeah. And yet they catch the general public. Why we a businessman? Why we a Ghana especially Madam a year holy stay in to me. A dear warrior was SRC who said Ghana and Mraya de Ewaha. Ye bana ade anu bi amfamra kwan so a you will be held accountable. Emra ne will be decent here dey except because you will chroma some people have been jailed for mere public procurement breaches. So nim sir and confo ye do omo call. Okay. Medemanu say confo ye do omo call yi wo national security alaji hwan bi ne William Tevimo no. Mere procurement breaches ne dey omo ye dey ekotu mu. It is na we are acting director of SIC. Na ye lusu all of oba and mampo de nkenim sam wo abadaye and mampo de nkenim sam ka wo man ho do wonti kroma wo and na because sesabi obi o wa aban mo adamfo no nti no wo ampipi for kora brand wo ambre bi and yakofa na yede tumi aye dey amaw and ne agu a wo beton o man no no asa adwane akotena wa brotire wudi agro no wa nimra so a nyankopon boa na 7 January aban sesa you be held accountable bia wo be dwane akobia Madam Holy say to me we will hold you back and prosecute you for all the evils that you have done.
As for sales of government properties, yes, is something we all have to discourage, you know. But on him, bronya so. When you say bronya, afepa atu hebio and Adom TV. As I had a yes, series any GA the about Adom TV 9 lessons and carols. This year, yes, Jesus. Obema ne ho kwan emeya wonu bio wana na 3 wise fools in quote. I mean the 3 wise men. On bet me out with taking Herod. Mary ne mame Ebo Joseph mame for what? Nebano bia say why boni anasa den out the Mary ntie ba nsa bra National Theatre na benya answers wo hu nyina wa bra nso a wo sere na wo di asafi say na de enye easy. Adom TV 9 lessons and carols no eye neme day 14 December 2024 or the National Theatre. Gate may be 5 p.m. Show the best start at 7 p.m. Omo mbebano Magnificent Bethel Revival Choir. Mbema ye nyina ye tumi agye ewo show we nyina mo. Yeah, the classical Mary Gansa beba alongside Perez Music unim. Eno Baroni beba ho na unim say eno de oba ubegina ona so asasa onkwatena fom. And yeah, the bet top up and yeah, the Kumawood superstars about normal bet 3 to some therapy of laughter. Kai say date na ye memene da 14 December 2024. Gating maybe at 5 p.m. Na show Nankasa's best start at 7 p.m. Na goodies we nyina no yeah the J 50 Ghana city pair. Intibo modern na je ode obetumi age earlier ticket or so wabra dial star 714 star 003 star 3 hash. So star 714 star 003 star 3 hash on all networks. Adom TV yewo azar oye ntibo modern na yen share ewo oye de Adom TV 9 lessons and carols in Enyumbri ewo oye National Theatre. Okay, all right. Inti memra honorable Alexander Ajayo honorable entino but me gidi say properties in the ordinary adwin. As for properties into me nkoso anton sa properties no by the transition period then when that kwan say to me see
me da asmenia adia ba kwa me pese meka futuo am de ma menuanom NDC for efisoro ebesi fam nyina ne say suban a ye de pre to me no ebi enye say suban no e de tena aban mu dan no obi ka say NDC for ye nhihye ebi say aba no mu nusu kura monte ase enti on beto mo agu monten so na omo anhu say omo bewini enti omo ko wini no still omo rante na mabawa na that's why dan ati omo ho agu abonten so yehu time bia na de sese ye dan ye say agro yi ye de mabam ana say ya Ghana for edmaba ye de tumi ne ba be dan abehye monsa eso say no mo kasa na utie bi nua ba so ne kasa na asa still wodaso ejina ojina gate nachi ene wo kekam ene wo bobom ade ye bi onu aba be wram eni ntu be hu de ye dan etuam enti ne say SIC ye ton niema ye ton scholarship ene ade no se bita fracture ye wa krache for ne anim di form penifo ye nyina ye ba betena se whoever takes over scholarship secretariat no obehu the status of every student tam odinya an admission tam an second scholarship maybe kuno wo how much is being paid and it is ye better radio so ne aguso ye sa niema na e kire say ye nkwala na wo ye nuanom a wa bonte no so no still the next man no better no matter mo akwagu scholarship secretariat say yes stop home say ye ma won ton scholarship FM obia it mesre say ye hu kasa say de ye nyatumi ye mpanifo na ya nye bibi e da bia no e do how be den e beba yes ye ma contract nyam adma whichever institution my contract whoever is giving those contracts no say bita fracture from December 7th basin no it not possible so be my contract to certain amount because ye nim ye bie ye nim say mark to certain amount as a go through PPA na bia ye initiate contract from beginning of the year akọ PPA enya approval aba it is a time no once we are within the space you wa ban mu no you bet me as a contract no because people am approver it is no nya dia ye say ye den ye kokko ho ntokwa it is ye ma contract be fine ye be kwa abehwe mo ba mo nhwe mu say e kwa papa so ene ye fa ya na so obi tena ni table so keke e no ma award letter e no de wo betumi ye den aka ho bibi nti se be ya e ma ntokwa ne nema basa ensi wo monten so ntino metu ye mpani fofo say dede no ayede pre 2 million na 2 million ayede abeka yenza it mumi yehu how are you bekita 2 million because expectations of Ghanaians no efi enianum ndis wo no eso se omunyame bi omani no mahu expectations are Ghanaians wo mumu a enka omo santra ha no mo san ye dede no ati se de omo opposition biem ye tu obi ka ebi onipa na na adwuma ebi about 2 years ye bi enianum contractors ibu 3 years 4 years rekra nye den ye tu amka nti afena kakra ho no ne ye de ama no na so what is your contractor we are was me buafu e bia we adwuma about 3 years
those are not the things we are talking about
and then you can appointment for appointments in the minimum ho asem be nipa na go through processes ya ni interview na
minister say ebi our process no starting yen.
That's what I was about to say.
But I'm go so high into that usually.
And you know, be starting from last year. Akwa. So what I say, into probationary period na kra obi ho no ma wase bia yeden. Awie. It say yen permanent. Ya mano. Ni nyina no wo baba me no behu. Into yen to wase na say yen me den enya. But see here ton state properties there men support because the son and nana money 24 year if you are to bibi because sebi yen yan man this for aba aban from 1992 e be 2000 so mo ton yanka 2000 to 2018 ki yen so meto hwe it's yen be 2000 and ye jabi akodi 2008 and yen yan mo so san ba be hwe so akodi 2016 and yen so yes en jahode ya en sase yeton but ni nyina mu na futuo ni say so we study state properties and so over the period na utun sa bribia no sabi ebimu tonton bi I must be very honest along the way from 1992 ube nyina no say so reduce babesi na ye wa ha enu nti se nua no mo adwene bi say obo betonton ne ma e dia ma ye ho a ye mu o man sa nam say bibia e wo man ni bia no e yo man ne dia including enipa e wo man ni mu nyina e yo man na dwapade e di ti no obi ntimi fa ne nsakra nka obi emfa ne ho nye den eni nam say wo yo man na dwapade e di ti ye besre se bibi say koso ba bia no a nua no mo mpanifo e ye tumi Ghana fo e decide ye nim say ye kɔ asan ba biem na mom ye tonton ni nyina dwene se bi NDC fo na e be fanti a wo kyena ye ba biem a edien ene ye be ba beto and I'm saying chirima so yeden hwe ye eti me wo futuo kakra me de ema menuanom a yesi wo so ne MD so ne ade se sabre no ba bia du no bibia yeden aba na wie ye yemfe yensan ko kan bibia amen ko fa bufuhye wa e kyan de eto yen e we election mu ensan fa me yeso bi.
Okay, all right, you. Yeah. But that's Alexander Ajari MP for Kede or MPP. Dr. Paul Hezwa, doc. And you know, I mean, I haven't listened to the fact that appointment be a late and go for a attempt to some beton government properties. What should the transition team then also move to me here to ensure that Ghana is safe, Bibiana has been protected for us to then start a new government in 2025?
Right. Medasi bebre. Now, I'm say measure as here free assembly a me abas kan say me ne ya dwe bebre. Or can be broni beka say bad faith. At this point, you know, 7th December, na ye hu yesi. Ene ne hu sunsu aso aba. Eno ntine so wa ben na say ebia wo ye last minute appointment bi ana say ye hu evidence say bia last minute nyama bi etonton ade na it is in bad faith indeed because we less than some few weeks to go. Intino ade potepa na obeyesa ma ade na esi wani so awode yesa. Intino ho de me say me ne ya adwen pa because ebanisa na na je say odi oman no hwamo e wokwan bebre so. Then so on the other hand we hwen so a say bia appointment be announce process be contract be yes sign this year na say still e kwan wo mo na say executive eno so kwan wo ho because said I mekan no up until say you be call 6 January Monday to da ho kura aban e wo ho so sia ntino omotimi ye in fact I don't know a bagreti in fact 6 months and I say afimu na process no wo so na say bibi boni bia enimu kwa dia omo ho kwan eyesa na say eba ne sa na say abanfofo no eba na wa ba hwehwemu ahu say ketahye bia enimu dia eno so omo ho kwan but omo ni ho kwan entimi nsi current government say menye say you can only raise red flags na fe wa catch omo say balance ye hwem na say ketahye bi wo ma na say ne be ankoye dia yen so ye kwan ye be fa so e dia aye ntino sisi ane de yema transition no enye na adwuma na bibia entoto na akwam yie say wo ye den a aban no asesa ti aban no asesa no almost NDC for aban ya eba no ewo nhihye a mo de ba to kwan mu ai ehu nyambeye no ntino yema transition no kwan na enye na adwuma na emom me kan say obi wa ban mu at this point now we last ni shedi do sa who said okay na obi aweboka because NDC aban ne ba eye den an behwehwem se ketahye bi omu a ombetwe asan
okay
ntino omu phantom hofo na me de wo ye NPP ni a by this time ni say wo ye bibia ebema akofa trouble bi ama
okay all right you yemre ne call we need to move on to the next subject but the Tamale Central Tamale MC now kind of video no between but I have to also announce I mean the views representing the views we Adom is not associated to the views by we'll check the video
no we do for do number why number na me send
fasane kodo and insia okay akosinsia well you move on to the elections and matters arising you say as we speak still no there are some 7 constituencies that are outstanding but EC can say even if near can ordinary na crowd ma Dr. Baumia ebete your friends president elect Mahama they no so by a certain margin but still I know he wins it empty there Dr. Mahama has won. If you look at it, the difference between John Dramani Mahama and Dr. Baumia it's almost it's over 1.7 million. I didn't know about it, it started from the MPP. Honorable Jerry, I didn't know more reporters are in the 2020 elections.
Did you say 2020?
2024. 2024
because 2020 the we need
2020 we need 2024. I don't know more reporters are. Okay.
Na say yes you hunu e politician bia. So you nipa no a omoto yeso aba no. Enye dey control ma. Sometimes we hu obi no so media ha dey omuntumi da. Aje me am bra me pe.
Ajo ma send into kwadwonhwe na e news report.
Aje bra me pe. E na me sorry afie akonya ne so. It's one thing. And then again, Ghana for a better democracy nase. Akodum pempen so bia e bedu bribi no. Stronghold any ade nyina no. Bedene. Ediama. Na the sign hu ni say eye youth no. E fandodo no ano a omkoto aba first time voters no. Ye wo I think 2005, 2006. Gen Z for no omo said that omampani kufo latter part of na memu no na a year 2008 it be 2012 be 2016 na fe no omo fefe they be the be for 10 years and am boy e be the 10 years and 11 years and so nti omo ehwo hwe enti di omo nimu ane say omanu ma ayeden only time omani abom so omanya right to vote no omanu ma ayeden enti ni ye behia bibi papa but say ya dia na omo hu andi say mam open from 2008 eba be 2016 no a me nyi ndi say nkemo fra na no mo ye nto aba ye be se ezu no enko me nyi ndi say nko mbesa but it is an opportunity for them to see the other side of governance. Entino, omkotuti ayi nyina no. Eye, yajetum as a political party, yebekwa kusia ade ade afim. But me hu sa group no bebre antwaba, bebre so ye omadwene say yebesesem because of ahokyere. But baby o man no MPP aban ade aba bedu no. Ya set standard no. But enne no obi nyintum. Enam say opportunity because from day one bibi papa bia na nadadan kwakufo ado ye bia no ye mampani a na ye yi no o condemn ye bibia na nadadan kwakufo ado ye bia o kaseti ai wani antum ye di free SHS ba papa yi gina ho say ma on fa desperation enkonko fa bibia wontumi ye mfem ba na manya hodo no ebia tribe e na ye yie is on record ye nuanu bu free se bibia di che bia akra no enye papa eti sansam ni nyina na wokeka ye no e kire se oni gidie na oni gidie from the get go oni gidie e wan MPP but enya kwama because of your opposition it one you be entum and then no sa de na no mo ye ya e na tumi na eden a shift e the bomb side and into the ye ba be ye ne se omo so omo nkonkoto aba oni biefo bobrohunfo aye dwene se ye nya hwe no yɛnto aba na ban bi bɛba a wɔne de obɛwura fiafie mu atete sika ɛde ama yɛato yɛ bɔtɔm no megye di sɛ mmerɛ no afei na aso ɛni nti wɔn a ankɔto aba nyinaa ɛne wɔn a obitire mu yɛ wɔn de sɛ wɔn de 2 MPP foɔ ɛno ho abufuhyew nko a ɛna wɔn de kɔto aba no this is the time yɛbɛto wɔn nso pɔn na wɔn nso adidi na wɔn nso amene eti ɛyɛ yɛde yɛ fam deɛ campaign deɛ yɛ the sese yi bia no we did it right and then as a government in power and as a party in power yanye dede e baby a yan kontokwa e baby a
bansa na mo governance ne ntina no so bo amamulu susa no
isi eno de sa na obeka so ati ase anka wodan a obeka se kwan ne tene
okay
iti wuti a kire yi de obeka ne se governance ne nye mini a wonya bofra
no
enti no wo governance upon governance and it is all condemning yate and this is back again to the people.
No, it's a question I'm asking. So if you look at the the difference between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and John Dramani Mahama, it tells us that Nkofo gave a verdict on your governance, which of course it can only be bad. Internet my difference because but 1.7 million, I didn't see that Ghana army boy.
Yeah, I didn't see that. But the mechanic say, "Young Nkofo anko to aba," and na yeah council say, "Someone got to just say they want to wait here." Enti the mechanic say, "Ya fan so much wait here." I didn't see that. But chile say ya memo no, anko ye Ghana for. But ye di nim so say standard na ya set no so NDC for so to me then AMT.
Okay.
But it's a matter of time. Almost like to me. It's ye show. Ghana for nankasa will be the best judges.
Okay.
Of
okay.
The two, governance are more than be compare. Enti yakwa kwori. Yati ase. Ye miemia ye kru. Ye keka niema edi esi ani. Iti the actually NDC for say almost so far niema omo share omo ma Ghana 40 ase so omo be ye no. Eno the answer ye show omo say omo nyema iti Ghana for a omo hwe say first year students are yes omo nyina into school university for your mama e kan.
Okay.
Say omo be first year omo into school fees.
Okay.
They say no only be for 3 SHS in the day. Na na do dan kwaku no de aba be dom mo. Ye man pani foforo ye yi no enso say first year so what the beche mo. Enti ye ba be hwe. Say nya hwe kura wo 3 years wie na san ko first year. E ka ho a wo 3 years aka na e bi kura no a ogusu bu o man no. Ne ho to no peche a. Wo san the 4 years 3 years and say the entire 4 years ni na be san e den. E di ache.
On say student loan kra ho be je bi dey ato aso.
One year to aso kra na obetumi dey den. E di ache.
And no one canteen to
find. Oh, there be send your man mu be say aye mra ma Ghana for ne dey. Me giri say bibia betumi aye den. Aye. Ene ye nua no ma esu na dokon bo aye den ene ne bibia no ye hwe se bibia bo be den. E be ba fam. A driver for esu ene fu ene bo aye den enu nti na je ke na ma to transportation so lorry fare ya to so se be yi nipa be lose confidence no and then no me gidi se petrol bo no e ba be sane aye den aba fam. But put this on record say ya toto niema ama dollar no e ba fam. Na se bi se ka Ghana for to aye so a ne ye projection is say be ba be do 1 to 10 e betumi akọ below that.
Okay.
But and then maybe a dollar no yenhwe baby e wo and put it on record. Na Ghana for nyina hu baby a dollar no aba be do e dwadifo a mo boye su dede nyina say and na yen na dollar na koso no ho chiro dollar no start ba fam no what is obi abowa
mate
obi amowa and ninti dollar no e ba fam
it is 1467
and then 1467
okay yeah
into abelu 14 ye nim say enke nkonkodu January no na ka ba be do 10 enke be call lower than that.
Oshe Central Bank of Ghana or say dollar no 1473.
The Central Bank of Ghana moton dollar.
Enti binia dollar no e wo honom e na dwadifo no ato aguso e na omoto e na omo edin but eniem omo betete ne bo so e de mayen no e de omo nte so mayen but omo dwene say mate say bi yenu anu aba ne de eniem aba den e be peche enti ye hwe say bibia be koye ama Ghana for na aba no omo to ye no omo nya ho mfa so papa before there we watch them
yo no ding
yo
brembie
what we say mpani wa asem bi omoka yo se wutu anamon na wo hwe ase baabi a echina bi se wutu sa anamon no na oduru ho wo se wo sound ante
we ka mo strategy na se wo ade wo ka mo de
on say honorable nsem no a wo ka no
e do so
as wo tu Ghana for as wo twa ya da pa as wo di atem because yankoto aba ama no you see eniema we na mo ye ya de mo te baabi a muti sesi you know what you say na mpani say so one kai baby a ufiri hwe ase a nkan ko be dey e be yedene say yakoto abeti amonti no ye hwesa aban ne de aduane be wurawura fiem a checha eyempoadie and as an honorable yes meaning say yaudie ye dey ewo mu nti at this time no say ufi say oba na wontimi deal with issues no as should be you can stay off but obeka say Ghana for more hwesa aban ne de fie aban be na aba wo wiase mu ha odi aduane awurawura fie ama
promise ye
aban be
na mo promise
they promise
ana say akufo ado aman no mama na bi to free soro e na ye ba you see enti honorable mesrewo wo de wo ye menua prekope say ya na mo be kono de a ene ahwe aho no de mo be bo ho achewo anya no nko a o se ade bia aban yewura akufo ado ye ne yewura mahama sority ai no use of free education honorable you are a member of parliament and the record in parliament in our books does not even show that. Was that the first time but when people are talking about free education they lose the historical context. Was that the first time MPP promising free education 2008
election.
Now mo promise mo koye advert bi no mo say free education de ohia na adware tie ne yepa wo just oba no wie JSS a de hia ne say wadware no na wo de na ko gina secondary school ano abai beto milo abai beto nido abai beto trunk abai beto chobos abai be yesheto ni asi ebe free education we dey dey 419 na ba bia ni wa yetim ye dey ne sa na ye nanado wa ye desperate nti and work kasa ansem no what you say but free education said ye see can in our constitution article 25 clause 1b no 2015 Yewura Mahama launching free education progressively another day for your day into ahwe and now the last campaign obey ye kra wo Kumasi no ko gina santen nanim one who saw video no e ka say amanfo so free education ye papa by we see no to no abo ka say Yewura Mahama e ka say free education ye papa into on to so wa bra wo no de aba it's not supported by the facts now one enema ye koso nne no mpanimfo se wo ko na ntokwa wo nkofo ntemu sesie ya emusa ne esi no busa ne esi na no 2016 yeto abawie ye MPP fo bi de mrasha wo monsa ye amanfo ayaka de ne ya Kumasi ye bababu station ye wo ba bi e fre ho Tamale station mo ko bu NDC fo pam wo mo kun nipa ba ko ho I'm telling you 2016 Flagstaff House ba bi o mampanyini tie wo tax ekobu police panyini efre no ni nanka Bruce meboa atwe ni free ni kam o mampanyini be sin ne wanka ho hwe ena NDC fo no di su ene menasepo akoye adwuma na o maban aye de aba enti abasa na nyamesuro ni umu a wo be yesa de nipa no de ye wo no utua ne soka basa ne meka de bia meka no so obi eyi mframa bone gu so na wo kasa wo de aho prepare be tua ne ka wan hwe ya wan kasa kra wo be ja wo nan aye de enti meme de meme ka ne say ye nkofo no ya wo mumu because omu fi say MPP fo ayo maya kayaka de ba ye se twema mentwe e makra wai de MPP fo ye no se ye kasa be ye bi o man ne bebo enti na ye papa John Mahama aba abontia be kasa Yewura Asame Jamfi abe kasa Yewura Siedu nkatia no na be kasa say ye ma bibia anye boko ye papa John Mahama se ne osi ye asomdwefo se ne ompe keka se ne osi bre ne ho ase a wo se bibia anye boko de obi aye ye bia ye nyan ma ne nka no etu onya dai enkotwene ne etwene na ne ma na ekoso no nya ni nyina na ye NDC fo se ne media video no momo mesre momo to support tama enko aban we mu nkofo bi wo ho a wo ma free aban mu no eniema e wo ho ye aban de e wo sa aban e wo ba ne de be ye adwuma no omu fa sabu akwan so atwe ni nyina de akogu ba bi se ne be ya eniema e be ya aban no de ye den but so obi ye bone a as citizens we have every right to stop it
but some party aka kire mo say ohun bibisa
yes call the police so mo yes no yes e bi answer na both police in the meantime no you can physically restrict movement of that particular consignment say ne be ya a police for be ba be dey e be ba be to so me sira mo so mo bo video ne ma me a enga be dey be me dey baby bebre so we ya ekoso no na amani pa bonefo bi di o mo ho awuram na agenda 111 niema o mo ko wia enom ne ade
agenda 111
several baby bebre o mo wia agenda 111 niema enti ye de ye ka kire enkofo ne say mfie nwɔtwe watena opposition nyankopɔn adomo ye papa John Dramani Mahama ba ye hwehwɛ ne sɛ ɔde nhyehyɛ ye pa begu akwan mu na ne nema pa wo so ɔbɛyɛ no ɔbɛyɛ na Ghana fo ne NDC fo nyina nya so mfaso enkoye keka ne obi nkoham so ma ne medi udem anaso omegye nkwan mfiri nsa sɛ ne ɛbɛyɛ 24 hour economy no ɛbɛba no na sɛ be oni ate asefo asase so sɛ ne ɛbɛyɛ Women Development Bank no ɛbɛba no na oni ate asefo asase so sɛ ne ɛbɛyɛ National Apprenticeship Program no ɛbɛba no na oni ate asefo asase so na yɛn NDC fo de ade ato MPP fo no yɛsua ade wo mu because mpani sɛ edua ananse ade wo no entekuma ntena sɛ enye de entonko
okay
ahantan ne dwe ketase hye dum so aba monkoye timetable mura mo se ya yenkoye timetable asem bia mo ba ya ebeka bia na mo ya boye bam e na Ghana fo akire mo se woni abo akraman e kwa afuo mu no san a wohu basa woni nipa etu anamo no san firi wachi a wohu enti Ghana fo san firi MPP achi wa bra no mo ankasa nye dey enhu ye enti NDC a ya papa John Dramani Mahama di ani mo no yesua ne yema bebre ye dio beba be som man no wo no kremu ani ahobrase mu bibia ebesi bia ye mfa nsuo nyina ye no mu mekasa nkire Ghana man ne Ghana man be di no pepe sa ne be ya ba bia omo de MPP fo akoduro no omo fa ye koduro bio na MPP de omo be sa ba bia odi a agi se 3045
yo mate ma Dr. Paul Ezwasumbe doc mate se ko for be ka se ahantan no jeno ene dream no ne doso ene ma ebasa sane site
yo me da se me de me hu ni free angles be break kwa na ne edi kan no meka bofun meka se internal wrangling aye MPP party nankasa no na niam bi koso a em se na entwaye o mantimi ansiesie na no de nsusu aso bebre e den e bae aha si e behwa ba ko eye alandie alanchamanten em se na alan so wo ne constituency o wonkrofo edi na chi ni ade nti no e ba se na niam ankoye no otwendom afri MPP for no echi na wo hwe menka se ne esi kubanse no mainly because of Alan but bebre na so ekọ masa because ono so wo edom wo Ashanti region intino se ufu se we yala na esi nchen a na mwantimi answer sa issue na metro man people na metro man is na metro man people kura that is one of the factors.
And is one to Alan Chanti if that's true.
Well say eno no de say MPP hu ahobufuo nti on to kura so what you say eno one and I think so Ken so crampo to some extent no so later we join e no so now say na na abaska okay can send be
doing the primaries
internet tongue of asum because Ken so work constituency be prepare and na afi hwe pieces no so a nsem bi kokọ so ananye wo hwe Cynthia Morris na Aguna West ne Christopher atadie utimu se ehihye konkon saa ma e ko wie nsusu aso na ba na enye we share results na Cynthia Morris nya 7,000 and na NDC PC no onu nya I think 26,000 and MPP nya 20,000 we dey hwe ni ye we do the math 2627 metima ka say 7,000 na Cynthia nya no Cynthia say ofiam people na buy
aha but eno enya microcosm because really if you add that to it still I don't mean Baumia cannot beat
no example na make on say make say o man to two omuniema ye internal wrangling tino say 1 to 2 niema ye say a house divided cannot stand
okay
so what you say 1 to 2 niema ye a sa na beba tino eno no eye one area ekotia and number 2 and I think for me the biggest factor the economy no I mean simple bread and butter issues nti say niema boy den by the day himself from COVID. Let's be frank. COVID in so amwa ha. Until COVID, sometime na be pim latter part of this year. I'm saying until the last 3 months, I'm saying who say and near my boy. I mean near my year kakra, but now yeah, Bonibeka is too little, too late. So you know, I don't know. I mean, uko say na oh yeah yi I say oh yeah digitalization. Oh yeah we na nipa na comedy na. Ono hu ekom na de no e na ode be de ode beto aba nti na eno no kutia MPP kase pa e na afin so nkofo wa they were disgruntled and afin disillusioned because of that run to about a friend voter apathy about crack can be earlier on say I say they are losing faith in the political system, not just MPP but even all parties, the political system, they are losing faith because what concern be brave so messy in the end no ye hunhwe na se ye hunhwe dey na me nto abanye den I personally knew conform man to abakra. I mean not because say be MPP anya dey na say bibisa but man to because they don't see the need because omasitram sa na tia for a very long time and say MP NDC abakọ MPP abakọ niema also mo ye no bi anya this voter apathy na ye den eno so e wo ho e man kofo be brave and to aba nti no kotia friends political parties na ban no ha and having so broni beka say impunity and also ye big deal pa if we say Ghana for no ho yankophobia respectability ene say bia ode ebuo be ma nipa no kan tete ho pa nti no say bibi bana say bia o pachewa no so waje atum na akoyie na say mfan say bibi ko kochew na say yekoka na say also for asem so no ho ana yese ya say entwa yie so be kaya emra na economy ye din pa na say MPP for nankasa ministers 90 MPs Bob Poka call oka so yenyi Ken in so be kaya yenyi Ken in
2022
yes I mean what was the outcome I mean Ankosiaga into no any sanya mano any posturing bi ni ade no in fact na ntwa yi tinebasa na Ghana for no that's okay when the time comes we'll show you where the power lies into no ye kan ina no me say sa ne mama bobo so ina no MPP they will do what we call soul searching deep introspection say be ya say on be ba aban mu bi wa ne mana mabobo so ina omo hwe na tutu ni ye
all right okay honorable mama more just 30 seconds yeah na so na me hu so why not be one na green bio
that's it
yeah
ade ba kwa me pese Ghana for nyina betia se ne say we have the constitutional right say ye beto aba and minti no say abato edua ye koye nimo no ye hwe say ye betumi akwakoto aba because omani fi baby eni aba bedu baby aye we ebri bia du e ma soja force re ye e di tu aba beji to me eni nyame adom ya ba besi ekwan so ekwan no de betumi di akoye animu ane se ye de kokomuti abre ni abre nyina no ebe kire ya adwene na se ya ba mu bu e wa bato ho a na afi ne den ye hwehwe biem no e ya de se ye hwe because du temini abato ho hia de a bigidi se emwaye ya na baby o ma na du no so ye ya adwene se ye bekoye chi
okay all right
ye bekoye animu de a e kokomuti no be it good or bad no yen kire ye to me na yen san so NTS say MPP failure no is a global we saying issue phenomenon and ye ba akoso e wo biase nyina no yen na yeso ye ka ho bi as a government and it wo hwe a man ahodo a incumbent government omo try ni nyina no e fa dodo no ayeden e faili ye
okay all right
ye dwene say e bia ye de ye be fa ye wadi ye ntumi ne nyina ba be kan ho then internal matters so said na Dr. Elkan so no ene de si fie bia mensa wo ene ntini ye ko ye nim no ye be de fie asem na ya toto ye niam ye na ye nim say if you be a man so many things and this so on go mo how aye twen wo
and do bomb by the
one mo pa ye be see ni person
asem bia ye kan kuma say
ni person
ye wa honorable Alex o ya be yon kompa o ne kasa nwasa na peni force wa hu aboa mankamo a wa ko gato a na to ne kasa tenten ma me for me so
unfortunately
oh there is one thing I was saying ya ma me Jane Mensa one yisi for no mo ye niam bi nansen a ahwe betimi atoto ya somdua ase
okay
ye results are parliamentary results are ye declare awia and there was say ye recollation wabra wono amra wo de ye adwuma mu no
and also was suspended
Dabi it did I can say yeah Ashanti region ye seat ba ko ye oboase east no so the nasemba ho de a any nipa 6 million na wa ye Ghana ha nyina we will storm there because 2016 2020 Techiman wo de tie o e ba to tie o wo de tie 2020 sa tentre ni anya adwuma sa tenane boss 2020 Techiman South basa yesi any ye be petition Madam Jane Mensah say one year recollection one crime. Or say there be results, na the returning officer declare we are. Yentimi nya wo hwibie I just say court. Na the enti na the wo be recollection na ma me CID boss no. Ye nyina ye pasumdwe. Ba obi ani wo betena wa mo bia ro ne ka wa fa na beji. Yes.
Munya abotre.
Abotre bebre no ye nya abotre 2020 ye ku ye nipa nwotwe ye nya abotre. Afi ye ku ye nipa num adenti na de bia ndisi ye nya abotre. Say ye pasumdwe a ye kan tira Madam Jane Mensah. Na ye seat aye nya no. Ma ne fa na asam ko. Yes I obi nya asam.
Ye nyame ya do mo na o twe be ye be say so should be